Hello, welcome to this special edition of Rich Insights. The topic for today's discussion is the fiscal package that was announced Friday at the end of trading. Right? We've had a lot of activity over this past weekend. Right. We had the Fed cutting interest rates 100 basis points, and in a different video we went through all the actions of the Fed in some detail. But we really didn't have a chance to talk about the fiscal package that was announced Friday. So that's the purpose of today. Now, if you were watching the activities on Friday afternoon, you had to be scratching your head. I don't know, to laugh or be embarrassed, right? Between Leader Pelosi and President Trump, sometimes you feel like those two would have trouble organizing a two-car funeral procession. Right? It was just so dysfunctional. But it's the world we live in, right? Neither side likes the other one, but we did get some progress made. So let's go through what happened on Friday. So Friday afternoon, let's talk about the president first, and then we'll talk about the package passed by Congress. The president announced, declared a national state of emergency due to the coronavirus. All right. So you say, who cares? What the hell does that matter? Well, it frees up $40 or $50 billion that he gets his hands on right away. All right. So the package that Congress passed was on the order of $8 billion. So you can see the president has $40 or $50 billion. All right. See the difference in magnitude very quickly. Now, he can act rapidly, hopefully effectively with this money, and you don't have to go through the whole arduous process of getting things approved by the two houses of Congress. All right. Now, what else? What else was in the president's package here? Well, he announced that he was waiving interest payments on student loan debt. What? Yeah, he's waiving interest payments, not principal payments, only the interest, right? This isn't like a loan forgiveness program, student loan forgiveness program. I think it was Senator Warren was proposing that. You probably heard that during one of the campaign or during the primary season. That's not this. This isn't a grandiose loan forgiveness program. This is the interest only on student loan payments. Well, I'm not aware that the coronavirus is disproportionately hitting college students. I could be wrong, but somehow we thought that this should be part of our stimulus program. What else? Oh, apologies for the laughter. We're going to increase our strategic petroleum reserves. I'm not shitting you. Yeah. So let me give you a little history on this. The last few years, we've actually been depleting our strategic petroleum reserves. All right. Now, the reason for that is because the U.S. has started producing some of its own oil here recently, right? And the idea of the oil reserves were that we wouldn't be dependent on others in the event of crisis, right? We'd have enough oil in reserve. Well, then somebody realized, shit, if we're producing our own oil, we don't need the reserve anymore. And so that's why they'd been bringing it down for the last few years. But why suddenly we're going to start increasing that back up, I don't know. But that's part of the president's stimulus plan as well. All right. Interest payments on student loans and buying oil. Somehow that's going to help with the coronavirus. I don't know. I'm not making this shit up, people. All right, what else is going on? Well, the president announced there's going to be free testing. I'll talk more about that because it's really part of the congressional package. Free testing of the coronavirus. That's probably the most meaningful thing he announced. And lastly, he announced this partnership between the public and private enterprises, right, to make things happen quicker. To cut through the bureaucratic red tape that we've witnessed in the past, right? If we leave everything up to the government, it just takes so long. So hopefully, by having these partnerships, we can streamline some of this. All right. So some of the free testing and the partnerships, that may be something. That's the president's plan. Now, what do we get out of Congress? Congress, I don't want to miss anything here, so I apologize for having taken my glasses off, but Congress's package is 2 weeks of paid leave. All right, you get full pay for 2 weeks. They're trying to keep people from going to work when they're sick, or again when you have signs of the coronavirus, perhaps, but you feel you have to go to work due to your economic situation, right? So whether or not you're given vacation time or not, everyone gets full pay at 2 weeks. All right, that's non-meaningful. That is perhaps important. All right. Now, in addition to that, there's also another provision. So 2 weeks at full pay. There's also a potential 10 additional weeks at 2/3 pay. All right. The 10 additional weeks would be if you had to care. It's a family care plan. So if you had to care for someone that was confirmed to be suffering from the coronavirus. All right. Those two could help. All right. They're not getting at the core of the problem, right? How's that going to help the airline industry? The fact nobody's going to the movie theaters, the restaurants, the bars, and so forth, right? That's not going to help any of them, but it's not buying oil, right? It's at least headed in the right direction. Now, other things that are in the congressional package, they're going to expand some food aid programs, some food stamp sort of programs. In some enhanced job benefits. All right. But the most meaningful thing that came out of the congressional thing is again, the congressional package is about $8 billion. They're going to spend most of their $8 billion on a Medicaid enhancement to pay for the free testing, the free virus testing. All right. That's, again, the bulk of that $8 billion is going to be spent. So what does all this mean? Again, Friday afternoon's announcement and my idea as a fiscal stimulus plan was terribly unimpressive. Terribly unimpressive, right? There's some small moves. They're heading in the right direction. But nothing that's going to move the needle here at all, near as I can tell. All right, so that's my take on the events of the fiscal package. So you've just experienced a rich insight. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk again soon. Thank you.